Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today we're going to check out a whole bunch of divers, well, that aren't. What the heck does that mean? When I talk to you on camera, a lot of times I'll say dive watch diver. In descriptions online, we say diver, but that's not really correct. To be a diver, the watch must meet ISO 6425, which I've done videos on in the past. So really, we're going to be looking at dive style watches today. Water resistance, usually around 200 meters. Some of them might be 100 or so. And I thought it would be fun to check it out. And as an added, is it a bonus? I don't know. This is my first video where I actually have a sponsor for the video. I'm not going to tell you who it is. It's going to be buried inside, and you will see it at that time. Really quick wrist check. I don't know, it was a Casio ProTech flying watch, because I am going to be flying later today. I have my mock check ride for my instrument rating, and men wear pink. Hopefully by the time you see this, these are sold out. ISL 342. Let's get to the watches. So because we do have a lot to go over, I'm going to forego most of the wrist shots and the loom shots. This, to me, is the ultimate non-diver diver, which is why I'm starting with it. This is the Orient Ray. This is a Ray 2. Model number, this one's AA02003B, but you have your Makos and your Rays. This one happens to be the Ray Raven, so it's fully black, but there's stainless steel case models as well, blue dials, black dials. And then of course you can upgrade to the Kamasu, which has a sapphire crystal. Mostly it's a slightly larger case, but it is a little bit more money. I chose this one because it's a little bit different, you know, full IP black. But also really affordable. So I'll just give you the specs on all of these pretty quick, and we'll move along. These are 41.5 in diameter, 13 thick. You're looking at a flat mineral crystal, and this guy is 45 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. It is a 22 millimeter bracelet. It is a crummy hollow end bracelet size with pins. Somewhat okay clasp, nothing special at all. But 260 bucks. Now, for the most of the prices I'm going to quote you. If there's something really odd about it, I'll let you know. But 260 is kind of what the authorized retail price on these guys is. A little bit less for your its stainless steel brethren. And this one, to me, represents probably the largest or highest technological achievement of the bunch. This is a Spinnaker Spence. What is so special about the Spence? Well, you have to really get down into the noise and see it. But it is a 300 meter diver. 300 meters of water resistance. You say, big deal, so what? It is under 11 millimeters thick. That's insane for an affordable watch. It's running on a Miyota. By the way, this is running on an Orient in-house F69 movement. This is running on a Miyota 9039. It's that 28,800 beats per hour movement. You'll see a lot of watches with the 9000 series movements in it. The Spence is a cozy 40 by 10.9 thick by 48 on the lug tip to lug tip. The retail on the Spence is around 650 bucks, but right now actually this green Spence is on sale for like a crazy like 360 or something. The Spences, all the different colors kind of rotate in and out of sale pricing. It's got a decent clasp, lots of micro. No diver's extension, but still, it is a really, a lot of different colors. Just, I guess, as I said, the technological stuff on this one is pretty awesome. If there happen to be non-watch folk watching, maybe you don't know Orient. I think some of you do. You might not know Spinnaker, but you definitely know Timex. And Timex is on a rampage. They are totally killing it lately. This is, yeah, a quartz-based diver. I have seen some stuff coming out for fall winter 2025 that are automatic divers that are ISO rated. Amazing. This guy is not, though. This is not it's a diver. This is not a diver. It is the Timex Deep Water. It's a 200 meter water resistant watch with a screw down crown. And this guy is 41 millimeters in diameter, 12 thick. I'll admit that's a little bulky for a quartz watch, but 12 thick. To a sapphire crystal. Yeah, you heard me right. 47.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. It is this kind of gunmetal grayish color. Beautiful wave pattern on the dial. What's the other registration is on the seconds hand? Hey, it doesn't, oh no, it just got bad. It's okay. But for, let's see what the price is. I want to say it's 2 something, right? Yeah, 229 bucks. It's pretty nice, right? Comes on a nice rubber strap, branded buckle. Pretty cool looking piece for a non-diver diver. So I'm doing a little bit of liberty calling this a diver because it does have a rotating bezel, but it's not marked in dive scale. However, I just think Henry Archer, Heinrich, is doing so much with his brand. You can't get on the micro brand watches subreddit and not see something about his watches pop up. They are beautiful. We just recently not fully restocked. We restocked a lot of different models and got a lot of new ones in. This is the Henry Archer Tidevand, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, Enceladus dial. And he came out with this dial a while back. It's based on one of the moons. It's like one of Saturn's moons or something. I don't know, I should have reviewed my notes, I didn't. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous watch. It's running on a Miyota 9015. It's 40 millimeters in diameter. It's 10.7 thin to a flat sapphire. It's 47 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. It is running, I think I said a Miyota 9015. If I didn't, I just said it twice. 700 bucks. Beautiful beads of rice bracelet. He does have an, definitely worth noting, awesome clasp with toolless micro adjust. This thing really rocks. It looks great. This dial is simply to die for. And talking about interesting dials, Phoibos, my favorite micro brand, probably was my favorite micro brand for a long time, until Henry Archer came along. It might have stolen that title. Phoibos still absolutely kills it with the dials. This is the PY010. That's the Wavemaster or something. Doesn't matter. It is an abalone dial, and it is simply fantastic. Look at that pattern. Super cool looking. Very different, of course, but pretty nifty. So this Phoibos is 42 millimeters in diameter. It's 14 thick to a flat sapphire. So once you see 14, you have a feeling you know what engine it's running on. It is 48.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. It is running on a Seiko NH35 movement. It does have a ceramic bezel insert. It is $299. Great price, excellent price. Actually a phenomenal price for a beautiful looking watch. You know, Phoibos absolutely kills it, as I said, with their dials. The Kraken dial, phenomenal. I do have two, count them, two collabs in the works with Phoibos stone dials. I have seen the protos and they are awesome. Wait until you see them. Well, I gotta take a break because here is a word from the sponsor. Surprise, I am the sponsor. Yeah, why? Well, I want to show the new Islander Bayport Rev 3, but if I just do a video saying, hey, the Islander Bayport Rev 3 is here, nobody freaking watches it. So because that is also a diver, that is not a diver, I'm weaving it into this video. 5 new colors to show you. I'd already filmed a very detailed overview. It's like over 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna show you that. I'm just gonna do clips and stuff, and I'll make it quick. You'll see all 5, and then we'll continue on with the other watches that aren't Islanders. See, not a bad sponsor. So for the third revision of the Bayport, I wanted to make it a little bit more different than the first two. And I did this by putting a wave or a ocean or a sea texture, there you can see it, across the dial. So here we go, Bayport Rev 3 model numbers, ISL, I think 310 through 314. As I said, there are 5 of them. It is powered by a Seiko NH35 movement. So that's gonna hand wind, hack. It's gonna have about 40 hours of power reserve. The case itself retained the same Bayport dimensions, okay? It's 40 millimeters in diameter, so perfect, right in the sweet spot for sizing. When we get to thickness, I'm gonna give you, from the case back to the edge of the bezel, 13.5 millimeters. However, if you see, we designed it such that the sapphire crystal sits a little bit proud of the bezel. It's not box sapphire, because box sapphire is super expensive, and I wanted to try to keep this as a budget piece, but it is a flat sapphire. It does extend above the bezel by roughly 3/4 to 1 millimeter. It is 47.7 on the lug tip to lug tip. And the clasp, as I mentioned, so it's a double push button, Islander branded. And when it's open, you have this little lever here that says push. And when you push on that, you can pull the micro in and out, I don't know, 5 or 6 different adjustments. So you really get on the fly. You know, it gets hot, it gets cold, you get fat, you get skinny, whatever you need, we've got it built in there. This one is a non-degrading dial. It's just a straight silver dial with that wave pattern or wave texture. A little pop of red there on the seconds hand. They're all cool. This one's awesome. Look at that blood red, again, degrading to a dark, not even a red, it's almost like it's black on the outside. Looks amazing. Number 4 is going to be the green. Another fume or degrading dial effect. A nice bright vivid green in the center, almost like an emerald green. And then this one degrades to really, really deep green, and then it's matched by the green ceramic brushed insert. Same dial texture we have again with the fume degrading dial. This is called warm gray. The bezel insert I can see as being a kind of a warmish gray. The dial itself, though, I almost see it more as a light brown. So below the wrist bone, I'm about 6.5, and above, I'm about 6 3/4. So they will all glow the same. We are using C3 on the hands and the ceramic bezels. All the ceramic bezels do glow. And on the markers, we're using BGW9. Thank you, Mark, for sponsoring this video. I do believe this is the only 100-meter diver, non-diver diver, that we have in the countdown today. This is a Luminox, of course. I picked it again because it's got total diver feel, total diver looks. It is tritium. It's not the only tritium. I'll bring up another tritium option that actually is 200 meters. That's centered? Yeah, in a second. This is the Luminox, let's see, X2 2059.1. I think they call these like baby or something, or seal. You notice, not that kind of a seal. You'll notice that there's only tritium at the 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So they cut costs by not using tritium markers at every position. The hands have tritium as well. Tritium is gaseous tritium in little tubes. It's radioactive. It emits a particle, collides with a phosphorescent coating on the inside of the glass tube, and emits visible light. This is running on a Ronda 515. It is a mineral crystal. It is $369, and it is a big honkin' watch. This case is called Carbonox. It's basically just a plastic composite. It is pretty big, 44 by 14 by 48. It is darn lightweight. I did not write down the weight, but because there is no metal except for what's in the movement, it is pretty cool. I like what Luminox does. However, I would be remiss, and the owner of ProTech would probably get upset, if I did not bring a ProTech to the party. So in case you do not know, the owner of ProTech is Barry Cohen. Barry Cohen is the man, one of 2 guys that started Luminox. He has since left that company and makes his own line of watches, now ProTech. This is a PT1003. It is 42 millimeters in diameter. It is 14 thick to a sapphire crystal, and 49 on the lug tip to lug tip. As I said, sapphire, so he's got something over on the Luminox, and he's got markers everywhere on the dial. Beautiful pop of blue here on the crown and there as well. Rubber strap, branded. It's running on a Miyota 2S60 movement. It is water resistant to 300 meters with that screw down crown. We've only got 2 left. So here is the Kuo Sombrero green dial diver, kind of like a compressor style with that. This crown will rotate the inner, see that, inner ring? Pretty cool, right? So compressor meaning the old compressor case watches had the double crown, but this is not a true compressor case. Circular, which we carry, makes a true compressor case watch. That's pretty nifty. You should check that out. But that is not in this video. The Sombrero is 38. Everything they do is pretty small. 38 by 12.5 to flat sapphire to 45.5. It is running on a Miyota 9039 movement. And it is, I think, the priciest of the whole thing today. $945. It does come on this polished polish and brush bracelet, and it also does have a cool, sorry for the crinkling, toolless micro adjust. This brand continues to amaze me with what they do. Anyone that thinks that small watches are out, too small, they make 35s that people buy almost day in, day out from our store. So very impressive. They're making beautiful watches. This one comes in a blue dial and a black dial and a couple different bracelet options as well. And it brings me to the last one. And the phrase last but not least probably has never been more true. This is the second hour. This is the second, and the second hour to my glove. This is the second hour Gin Clear Mark II Ripple dial. I thought I wound it enough. I guess I didn't. There we goes. Off to the races. This is running on a Swiss 2824 movement, and amazingly enough, it is less expensive than this one. $759. How do they do it? I honestly have no freaking clue. 40 millimeters in diameter, 12.3 thick to a flat sapphire crystal, 47 on the lug tip to lug tip. Beautiful bracelet, again with a, everyone's using this clasp, right? There you go. Very similar to like the Henry Archer clasp and all the other clasps you see, toolless micro adjust. 120 click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. This is 200 meters, I think. Yeah. Time for a new pair of glasses. It is 30 atmospheres or 300 meters of water resistance. So the same as the Spence, but it is indeed about half a millimeter thicker than that one is. I think that was long enough. That has been Mark from LongEyeWatch.com showing you a whole bunch of dive watches that aren't divers at all. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say? Hey, if you want to see more from that great sponsor we had today, let me know down in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.